This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with Macklin Gym Marbella. With the I Am the Greatest Frank Warren at the O2 exhibition. Was this an exhibition for you, Frank?
They've done it specially for me. I said, look, if you're going to put this exhibition on, this I Am the Greatest, make sure it's the week we're having a press conference with Bill. That's brilliant. I mean, the O2 is fantastic. And BoxNation are sponsoring the exhibition anyway, one of the sponsors. So I'm pleased to be here.
Yeah, some great bits of memorabilia, etc. And obviously...
It's Muhammad Ali. That's all it needs, isn't it? That's boxing. Muhammad Ali. Say boxing, it's Muhammad Ali. That's what it's all about, mate.
Absolutely.
So I was brought up on that.
I know, this is your golden era, Frank.
Yeah.
You've just announced your Copper Box show on April the 30th, headlined by Billy Joe Saunders' first defence of his WBO title against Max Bursak from the Ukraine.
Mad Max.
Mad Max. How many people were in the running for this before Bursak was?
There was a few, but we've been sort of having on and off discussions with K2 regarding, who are Bursak's promoters, regarding the Golovkin fight, and that's how it come about. So here we are. I want Bill to keep busy. I don't want him waiting until the summer for a big fight. So the objective is to keep him fighting fit. And this is the fight we come up with. It's a tough fight for him. He's got a win over Nick Blackwell, who Eubank's junior's fight in a couple of weeks' time. So, I've sort of said at the press conference, it's a potential banana skin, but I hope it's not. But if Bill's 100%, he should come through it and set himself up for a big fight in the summer. Having said that, he can't afford to take any shortcuts with this guy, because this guy is coming to win.
It seems like you're ruling out Chris Eubank as one of those options for the summer.
It's like banging your head against the wall. I mean, here's a guy, and this is all I'm going to say about it. Here's a guy that was the interim WBA champion and then had to fight Jacobs. He vacated the title, or gave the title up rather than fight Jacobs. Here's a guy who said he wanted to return for another world title against Billy Joe Saunders. Didn't do it. Here's a guy who's fighting the British title. No, nothing against Nick Blackwell, but that's what he's doing. His ambition is British title. 2 world title opportunities and walked away. So action speaks louder than words. You want to fight for the world title, there it is, but they walked away and chose to go in a different direction.
Okay, we should have to see. But before that, obviously, Bill wears a tough fight in Max Bursak. Also on the undercard will be Oval McKenzie, and also your new signing, James Tennyson. Yeah,
from Ireland. Who's fighting? Well, that's an ordered fight between him and Ryan. Ryan's with us as well, and Ryan's a good guy, so we've managed to do a deal with him as well. So that was a fight ordered by the Border Control. It's a cracking little fight. I think it's potential being one of the fights of the years. Neither of them take a backward step, so I think you're going to see an explosive fight.
Looking forward to it. Who else can we expect to see on the card,
Frank?
We're
putting that all together in the next week, so we'll announce that in the next sort of 6-7 days.
Okay, looking forward to it. Talk about Lucas Brown.
Great win, wasn't it? I mean, I didn't think he'd pull it off over there, and especially I think it was a 6th round. He was in a bit of trouble, and
done
what he had to do. I mean, he really showed true. When you look at the pedigrees of the two fighters, the amateur, what Shaggy has done, it's a little bit of a Cinderella story, but he's done brilliantly.
Pulled it out of the bag, and
he did when it could, absolutely, when it mattered.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm pleased with Ricky Hatton, who's put a lot of time and money into him. So good luck to him.
Where does Alexander Ustinov fit into all this WBA tournament mix?
He's got to fight Ortiz, who's also had a win, so he's got to fight in Ortiz.
Who beat Tony Thompson over the weekend.
So the winner of that then gets the shot at Tyson. It's all happening. It's quite a bit lively, the division.
Yeah, it's really.
I mean, you might look at some of them and say, "Oh, they're not much," but it's happening, and the fights are happening, and they're leading to bigger fights. So as I say, it's gone from being pretty boring to a bit of, we're seeing some action in there.
Moving weights dramatically, Queensbury have a new British welterweight champion and Commonwealth in Bradley Skeet. Great performance,
superb,
away from home to beat Sam Eggington.
Yeah.
What did you make of his performance, Frank?
Well, I know that Sam Eggington trained really hard for the fight, as did Bradley, and I thought Bradley put a masterclass on. He's a great boxer, as we all know. He showed some real silky skills there, and I thought in the 7th round, I thought he was outstanding. The confidence was there, and it was a fabulous performance. And you can't do no more than what he did. Andy Ayling had a £5 grand bet with Barry Hearn. Remember, Barry Hearn before that fight was saying that Sam was going to be the next Carl Froch, and now he's thrown him under a bus, said he should be turning it in. That's a terrible thing to say. He trained hard for the fight, and the truth of the matter is, on the day, the best man wins. That's what happens in boxing. When you have a bet, sometimes the old mind goes a bit, and you get a bit, it's a bit of a mist about what you're actually watching. You're thinking about your money.
Well, over £5 to someone like Barry?
Yes, Barry does like a pound note, as he will tell you himself.
He did, James done an interview with him afterwards, he did seem a bit disappointed, had some strong words to say about Eggington.
He'd done £5 grand. And I see that interview, and I think that those words were very, very harsh. It takes away from what Bradley did, and what Bradley did was to go out there and show what he's got. You've got to look at styles make fights, and those two styles were always going to. It was always going to be that type of fight. The fight that Bradley had to go out there, he had to keep it long. He used his jab and controlled the fight, and done it all the way through. And I don't know. Marcus McDonald gave the 7th round a draw. I don't know what he was watching.
Is there a possibility we could see Bradley Skeet on the show at Copper Box?
He may be, we don't know yet, but see how, he's been in a hard training camp, he's trained hard for the fight, and let's see what happens.
Okay. Have you got any other news you want to tell us about, Frank? Or you?
Nothing. Oh, George Jupp, let's talk about George.
Yeah.
Great opportunity for him. He's going out to fight to Mexico on Saturday, so that'll be on BoxNation.
Is that going to be on BoxNation?
Yeah, that'll be on BoxNation. He's going out on Saturday and fight for the interim title, as he got that fight as a result, obviously, of his win over Mitchell Smith and being the Intercontinental Champion, and the fact that Martinez, the champion, has sustained quite a bad injury. So
great opportunity for him.
Yeah, and let me tell you something, he can box. He showed he can box, and he done well. So let's hope he's got to do a Bradley Skeet in Mexico. That's what he's got to do. He should look at the Bradley Skeet fight, and that's how he's got to perform in Mexico. And if he can do that, he can come away with a prize.
All right, Frank Warren, listen, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and it's Flanagan Matthews week as well. We'll
talk about that.
We'll talk about that this week.
I'm really looking forward to that fight. It's been a long time coming, and I think that's going to be a bit of a cracker as well.
I'm sure we'll catch up with you in the week, isn't it?
See you in the week, my son.
Thank you very much, Frank Warren.